Hey everyone, welcome back to another video where today I'll be breaking down the match that I had versus Vipa in the Pokefine Duel type tournament. Now, if you guys don't know already, then we are in the losers bracket, meaning that we have to win every match from here on if we want a shot at making it to the finals. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have never faced Vipa before. I don't know anything about their playstyle, about their teams and the mons that they like you to use. So I'm going completely like without any clue in this. I'm clueless in this battle going in, but that's also a kind of a blessing, is because you just get to use the best team possible and don't have to prepare for any kind of mons. So yeah, I just decided to use my Breloom team because I've got the most experience from this team in this tournament, and although I did lose with this team last time, it was mostly me that resulted in the loss, and the team actually didn't have anything to do with it. It was just me that it was just I that was just playing bad with the team. So yeah, I just thought I'll use the team again. So yeah, as always, the link for the breakdown video for the team will be there, and yeah, let's just start with this match. So Vipa leads with Tyranitar, which in a while I've got like a good lead matchup for me. So again, the question arises: what should I go for? Whether it's Spore, Force Palm, or Bullet Seed. I decided to go for Bullet Seed because versus Dragon I had gone for Spore. So I decided to mix things up and went for Bullet Seed. And as always, the turn 1 Breloom RNG continues. He brings the best counter ever. Every single time I've gone for an offensive move on Breloom, or like any move in general, they bring out the best possible counter to that move, whether it be Spore, whether it be Force Palm, or Bullet Seed. So yeah, the tradition continues. Even Pokefine feels bad for me, so they're like, okay, it's fine. I know you're struggling with your Breloom, so here, we'll give you 5 hits on your Bullet Seed. I hope that recovers the loss. So yeah, 5 hits is insane. Like, I got it versus Pelipper as well. I got it here too. So yeah, I'm happy with this trade, and we also get Sandstorm chip now. And if you guys see in chat, it didn't say anything about leftovers, so I am guessing it could be Banded or like Lumberry maybe. The way he bought it like in on the balloon. So yeah, that was definitely a thought. That's why I was hesitating to go into Quaxoy earlier, because Outrage does a lot, so I just went to Skarmory first, trying to scout for the Outrage, but he reveals Dragon Dance now. Even Banded, Fire Punch does a lot, but I know it's banned, so like Quaxoy always walls from there on. And yeah, I always go Quaxoy after we realize that it is Dragon Dance. Fire Punch does nothing, and we don't get the it doesn't burn us, which is always a huge thing to happen. Now I just recover scouting for the Outrage, because like I said, Outrage does a ton to us, and it also lets the Dragonite take more chip damage from Sandstorm. He goes into Azumarill. Now again, this could be Belly Drum, which would be perfect for us as we are unaware, and it could be Banded. So again, I just stay in and force out a Yawn in case it is Belly Drum and he doesn't know that I am unaware Quagsire. Because people could run like Water Webs up for like the Vayne teams. So yeah, I just stayed in and yawned in case he missed it out. But he reveals knockoff, and the base and the damage that it did was more towards being banned. So yeah, I just stay in and recover. I always need to keep my Quagsire as healthy as I possibly can, so that I can check Dragonite. Now he goes into T-Tower again. I could Scald or something, but I just decided to bring in my Skarmory because in the previous games I observed that I wasn't using Skarmory like as an offensive mon to set up the hazards. I was always playing it defensively. So I thought, like, why not just get my own hazards up, as he's already revealed like 3 offensive mons. So we might as well just get the hazards up as well and stop playing a bit defensive, because Vox being up really helps us break through Dragonite and stuff. So yeah. Now, as I'm going for the Stealth Vox, unfortunately for me, he does stay in, and the only time a T-Tower stays in versus Skarmory is when they have something to hit Skarmory with, and that's exactly what happens. He has Flamethrower, which unfortunately for me crits. Now, it probably would have do it KO'd anyways because I'm just fully physically defensive. I was calculating if it would have mattered, but like it's too late anyways, so I just stopped calculating midway and just go for Spike, sacking it because yeah, there's just no way I'm recovering back from this. So yeah, I sacked the Skarmory, which is big actually because now I need to keep my Quagsire alive. The second Quagsire goes, Dragonite sweeps me, so I have to keep Quagsire alive. This lets me bring in Breloom, and I go for the Spore, expecting something to come, and it's Skarmory. I was expecting Dragonite maybe, but he goes Skarmory, so we know he's not Lumberry on Dragonite. And I see leftovers on Skarmory instantly, so that's a free Magnezone to trap and KO it. But he does switch out, which is a good play by him. And I was kind of sad, like, oh, he switched out. But he brings an even better mon to trap Scizor now. I didn't see any leftovers, so this seems offensive. And even if it's like left default Scizor, it's perfect because it can switch out probably. So might as well just like HP fire it or like go for T-Bolt, meaning that our spikes and Stealth Rock will be for the entire game. Now over here, I went for T-Bolt over HP Fire is because I am choice locked and Thunderbolt prevents Dragonite to come in and like set up Dragon Dance because I could be Scarf as well and I could like deal a lot of damage to him. So yeah, we just go for the T-Bolt instead of HP Fire here, and we get the crit, meaning like he won't even know if we were like Scarf or Specs, which is actually huge. And due to this, he can go Dragonite. Now he goes Blaziking, which at this point I had to make a huge decision, and the decision I'm sorry, I'm stuttering a bit. The decision was that whether I should sack Magnezone or no, because if I sack Magnezone right now, then I have nothing versus Skarmory. I have a Tentacool which can wrap it, but like that's it. All the mons are just physical, so I can't touch Skarmory unless I can like flinch it pretty well. But yeah, I'm not going for that. So I had to keep Magnezone around, otherwise Skarmory can like PP stall me forever in whichever mon I have left. So yeah, keeping Magnezone alive was important. So I wanted to go Quagsire, but like I said, I need that for Dragonite, otherwise Dragonite just wins. It gets +2 Dragon Dance, it just wins if it has extreme speed. And the fact that walks are up as well means that our Viva starts at basically 75% HP, so yeah. I decided to go Tentacool, and that means we might not get a Rapid Spin off, but that also means that there is a possibility that we keep our Magnezone and our Weavile to a point where we can maybe KO Dragonite from that point on, and our chances of winning just get better if I go to Tentacool and sack it rather than sacking like Magnezone. So yeah, we go into Tentacool and he just goes for High Jump Kick, which even though it's a resist, does a lot to us. Now the way speed boost mechanics work in Pokefind is that you don't get the speed boost on the turn you switch in. It's the next turn unless you lead it, of course. So yeah, those mechanics help us a lot here. He doesn't get a speed boost, meaning that I am faster in theory because what do you say? Tentacool has a higher base speed than Blaziking. Now he doesn't know we are defensive, obviously, but he fears that we could be like an offensive Tentacool. So I'm just hoping he accepts the bluff that I'm throwing right now, and lucky for us, he does make the switch out, just expecting me to be faster, which works in our favor. We go for the knockoff. I could have gone Rapid Spin, but like I wanted to chip down Blaziking as much as possible, just so my Breloom can sweep. I mean like sweep to Blaziking by punching it when it comes down to that low of a range. Over here it was a big turn again. I want to ask you guys this question, okay? Right now, like, what do you click with Tentacle? Okay, well, whether it's Rapid Spin or Toxic Spike. I personally went for Toxic Spikes because my team isn't like weak to Stealth Rock other than like Viva, and the only purpose Viva has right now is to revenge kill Dragonite. Now, 75% means that E-Speed after +1 could KO with a crit or something. But I feel like Toxic Spikes are more important because Scizor being gone means that he can defog, and those Toxic Spikes are gonna just stack up and help us KO the Blazer King later on in the game. So yeah, I decided to sacrifice the health on my Scizor, Viva, just to get a layer of Toxic Spikes up, thereby chipping away at Blazer King and all the other attackers he has. So yeah, I go for the Toxic Spikes, and he goes for Stone Edge and does land, unfortunately. So yeah, there goes Tentacool. The spikes stay up from our side, and his Stealth Rocks are going to stay up now. And we go Breloom always on the Tyranitar, there's no second guessing. And this time I go for Force Palm, which covers the Skarmory coming in, and just him staying in, just perfect. The Force Palm gets the KO on Tyranitar. So yeah, Cheetah gone is big for us. That means that it opens up a lot of mons, especially Vivile, because we are banded. We have Loki, but like we are banded now. So yeah. Now he goes Dragonite. Like I said, my play is to always go Quagsire. I'm hoping he goes for Dragon Dance or something, just to waste a turn. Yeah, I can't sack Breloom. I need it alive for Blazer King, so I always have to go Quagsire here. And just pray he goes for Dragon Dance or like has Dragon Claw. And nothing like Outreach, because Outreach 2-hit kills us, and like I said, unfortunately he does reveal the Outrage, so yeah, that sucks for us because like guys, you guys saw that's a 2-hit KO, so yeah, it's bad. I just recover hoping it was a high roll, but no, yeah, nothing I can do now. We are lucky that he got the 3 turns of Outrage, meaning that we can revenge kill it with Revive. Now over here I started calcing. Now you guys may be like why do you have to calc? Like you can just go in and go for an Ice Shard and get the kill. Well, I am banded, meaning that after Ice Shard I'm going to be locked in Ice Shard, and that lets Azumarill come in, that lets Blazer King come in for free. And like even Swords Dance, like if it's Swords Dance Protect, I lose. There's nothing I can do because I don't think Mark Punch kills from the range I am at. So yeah, I had to calc if I can go for something like Ice Punch or Knockoff. Now I didn't know if it had an item or not. It could have like no item as well because it isn't banded. Like what could it be? No leftovers, no banded. So I can't risk the knockoff, because players actually run no item on some mons. Like Breloom doesn't run any item just to counter Quadon as well. So like yeah, it could be a potential tech which I could not know about. It could also be Yashi, what's that ice baby? Yachi baby, yeah, it could be that as well. So like I couldn't risk a knockoff. So yeah, I just go for Ice Punch at this point. Yeah, I'm just calculating to make sure that Ice Punch is the correct play to go for right now, and I think for a bit more because this is an important turn, and I do go for Ice Punch finally at the end, and we do pick up the KO on Dragonite. Now Ice Punch means that if let's say Blazer King comes in and tries to go for Sword Stance, it can't, because after the banded Ice Punch it won't have enough HP to live Breloom's Mark Punch, which is why he goes into Azumarill, which is a smart play by him because he knows that he can live an Ice Punch, but like it will put him in range of Breloom and Breloom wins with Magnezone. So now another reason why I'm for Ice Punch is because we get chip on Azumarill as well, meaning that our Bullet Seed or even Mark Punch KOs after if it goes for the next superpower. Now going into Magnezone was never the play because I need Magnezone for the Skarmory, otherwise I just lose instantly. So I decided to just stay in and go for Ice Punch again. I'm thinking, it's like I'm a bit nervous at this point because yeah, anything could happen. It's a close game, and we go for Ice Punch, and that does solid damage to the Azumarill. He goes for superpower, and yeah, I'm glad I didn't go into Magnetism because I was considering it at the point, but I'm like, nah, it's too risky. Now, Toxic Spike comes in clutch and puts in the range where Mark Punch KOs. Now, I could have obviously gone for like Bullet Seed, but I didn't want him to. I didn't want him to get any chip because there is a world where he could go for Flare Blitz on Balloon over High Jump Kick just so he won't miss. And in case that happens, like if Flare Blitz does recoil damage to the user, so like every bit of HP I have on the Balloon means more recoil is going to be taken by the Blaziken King. So I didn't want him to just go for Aqua Jet as well because I know like every single point in HP matters, especially after the last game versus Dragon. So yeah, I go for the Mark Punch right here, and luckily my calcs were right, it does KO. So yeah, at this point he could either go to like, if he goes Skarmory, I'm just staying and going for Force Palm. I can't risk him doubling to like Blaziken. So yeah, he goes Blaziken right away, and it's above 50, I'll say. Now, interesting fact, if I was Jolly actually over here, Mark Punch wouldn't KO, but at this point, Mark Punch has a role to KO because I am Adamant instead of Jolly, so yeah, that makes a big difference. We go for the Mark Punch, and it lives on 1, and High Jump Kick KOs me. Now, I was sad at this point. I thought it was over because it lived. As per my calcs, I got a low roll, I think. Mark Punch should always KO, but that's where Toxic Spikes come in clutch and pick up the Blaziken, meaning that our Magnezone can just KO the Skarmory, which is in the back, and yeah, that's GG. So a very close game, right down to the wire. When I saw that 1 HP Blaziken, I was sad because the last time I saw him on 1 HP, I'd lost that game, and yeah, I'm just happy I won this game. Things that were important, that Toxic Spike play was the most important one, I feel. If I would have gone for Rapid Spin, the game would have been something else because Blaziken would have lived. It's faster than my Magnezone. Flare Blitz always KOs, I think. Yeah, even if Blaziken itself dies, Flare Blitz KOs me, and then Skarmory is the last mon left, so it wins regardless. So this is what I would like to say to the newer players actually. If you get a chance to like Rapid Spin or just like defog, just think like, do I need to defog? Like, even when you're setting like hazards and stuff, you need to think like, okay, do I need to set up Stealth Rocks? Do I need spikes? Because every single turn is important. Like you might set up like Stealth Rock or like attack, but like what if he has like no mon is affected by Stealth Rock? Like, then it's better to attack in like those kind of scenarios. So like yeah, similar thing over here for me. Rapid Spin only was good on my Weavile, I feel, to make sure that it's at full HP. Other than that, I didn't see any purpose, and Toxic Spike were more important than Rapid Spin, so that's the reason why I went for Toxic Spikes over Rapid Spin in that particular move. And yeah, that's what led to my victory. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and we are still alive, and the greatest comeback is alive, and I'll see you guys in the next video versus Cheese, where we'll be facing him for the second time. Now I will be making a new team obviously because we have faced him before, and he might try and counter my old team. So yeah, the breakdown video is going to come soon as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.